This is Pinyin in a Week. I'm your instructor Betty with YesLingo.com. Lesson 3, Compound Finals. We've already covered the initial component of Pinyin, and today we're going to continue learning about the finals. If you remember from Lesson 1, we already started learning some of the finals, specifically the simple finals. And let's remind ourselves about what a final is. So here again is the pinyin of the word ma, which means horse. Notice that the final is the end part of the syllable. In this case, it's made of the vowel a. Now typically the final is made up of one vowel or a group of vowels, or even a group of vowels and consonants. And the final is split into two types. There are simple finals and also compound finals. Simple finals are just the single vowels that we learned, while compound finals are 2 or 3 vowels together. Either way, the thing to remember here is that the final is the end part of the syllable, and that it's mostly made up of vowels. We've already learned the simple finals in a previous lesson, and let's review them here. Can you read aloud with me? A, O, E, U, Ü. Very good. So we finished talking about all of the simple finals, that is, the finals that are composed of just one vowel. And next, we're going to learn about the compound finals. And again, these are the finals composed of 2 or 3 vowels put together. Bear in mind that so far we've only talked about finals made of vowels. As we keep learning, we'll start to get into finals that are composed of consonants as well as vowels. Anyways, let's first get into the compound finals, finals made of 2 or 3 vowels. So here's the first group we're going to talk about. This compound final is I. It kind of sounds like the long I sound in English. So if you say the word buy or bike or even Thailand, it kind of sounds like that I sound. I. Now, let's put it together with a couple of initials. Can you try reading these? Cai, my. Good. Now these don't really make up words because they're lacking the tone, but just to practice the pronunciation, we're going to read them out loud. Great job so far. We're going to look at the next compound final, and that is this one. A. It sounds very much like the A sound in cake or say or even hey. So let's say it together one more time. A. Now let's try it with some initials. Let's look to the very right. Lay, may. Good. The next compound final is this. Now, this spelling is actually never ever used, but it describes the sound best, and so that's why we use this spelling, and it's pronounced way. Notice that it's kind of like this one, A, except you have this oo sound in the beginning that makes it sound like way. So it's kind of like the way sound in waiter. Way. Now there's something special about this final. When this final is paired with an initial, the spelling actually changes to initial plus UI. So we get rid of that E in the middle. If, however, this final is not preceded by any initial, if it stands alone, and we know that actually finals can stand alone, but if this one stands alone, we change the spelling and start it off with a W, and we drop the U, so it becomes W-E-I. Way. Okay? So this is a spelling rule that you're going to start seeing more and more often as we get into more of the compound finals. Let's read this one more time. Way. And now let's put it together with a couple of initials. Dway. Dway. Shui. Shui. And you'll see here that when I paired it with an initial like de or with sh, I get rid of the E in the spelling and it just becomes D-U-I or S-H-U-I. All right, very good. Let's read these three compound finals together one more time. I, A, way. The next compound final we're going to talk about is this one. Ow. Ow. The closest English equivalent would be like ow, as in cow. However, ow starts off more with an ah sound, and then you slowly close your mouth and round it off like this. Ow. Ow. Okay, let's combine it with a couple of initials. Gao. Gao. Tao. Tao. Great job. The next compound final is O. O. And this is basically like the long O sound in English, as in go or ho or even tone. So it just sounds like this. O. Now let's practice with a couple of initials. Co. Ko. Zhou. Zhou. Very good. And the last one in this list is yo. Yo. Again, this is one of those special finals that is actually never spelled this way. When it's paired with an initial, we drop the O and it becomes the initial plus IU. That's the spelling. When it stands alone and it's not preceded by an initial, it becomes YOU. Essentially, we substitute the I for a Y. And no, this does not sound like you. Instead, it's yo. Yo. Let's try practicing it with a couple of initials. Yo. Yo. Show. Show. Good job. All right, we're done talking about this page. Let's read all three to review. Ow. Ow. O. O. Yo. Yo. Good job.